Elaine's been in touch saying, we need to know what happened to the cat, please. Hopefully it was reunited with its owners, is now eating breakfast in front of a roaring fire. I think everything's
Did you
fine.
find that out?
I did say, though, that the cat had been on a journey of 8,000 miles, which is overcooking it
That's
a bit.
true. I hadn't even
I was looking at how far that would be, and that's longer than the distance of the UK to Argentina, which is about 7,500. So it's not gone that far. 800. It was still a long way, isn't it? I mean, 800 miles, still a long way in anybody's business. But look, this is the cat that survived an 800-mile road trip after sneaking into the engine of a van. Yasmin, who is Siamese, important detail, I guess.
Very important. Siamese are very particular.
Oh, yeah? In what way?
Well, I don't know. We'll find out from Jasmine's owner shortly.
Went missing from Weston-super-Mare on Tuesday, travelled over southwest England and into Wales when she was discovered. And we can speak to Yasmin's owner, Laura Teal. Hello, Laura.
Hello, hi.
Hello. Oh, we got you on the screen. I can see you. And we can see Yasmin, who's looking very happy and content.
Well, she wants to get off, actually.
Oh, does she? Let her go if you need to.
She's happy.
And
Go now.
also, we've got the kind of hero of the hour here, Jeff Borer, who's the van driver that found Jasmine underneath his bonnet. Hello, Jeff.
Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us as well. Right.
No worries.
Right, you better tell us what was going on here, Laura. So, there we are. What's Jasmine like as a cat?
She's very affectionate. She's normally pretty loyal, so she doesn't go very far. She's more like a dog. She comes back when you call her. She plays fetch.
Oh.
And yeah, she's like a big part of our family life. So
she plays
when
fetch?
she disappeared, it was scary.
Tell us.
She will play fetch, yeah.
In what way? What will you throw and get her to bring back? Not a stick.
If you throw no, not a stick. Well, she'll throw a stick if it's got a feather attached to it. She'll bring it back then. But yeah, if you throw a little cat ball or something, she generally will bring it back.
Well, she'll bring it back. Okay, this is a clever cat, right? So this was out of character, out of nature, for her to disappear. So when did you realise she was not around?
Tuesday evening when she didn't come home all day. And then I got really worried. Wednesday morning when none of her food had been eaten and she hadn't been in a cat flap. Yeah. So that's when I started knocking on doors to see if anyone had her in their garage or shed.
Because Siamese can be very sensitive, Laura, can't they? They they're all cats have different personalities, but I think Siamese are quite particular, as I said, that they, that they can be a little bit jumpy sometimes.
Yeah, they can be jumpy, quite timid. They're normally quite nervous of people that aren't in their immediate family until they get to know them. So it's quite unusual for her. People say, has she been pinched? And I was like, well, I don't think so, because she would normally run away from someone approaching her rather than go up to them for a fur.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are with the story. The cat is missing. In steps van driver Jeff Borer. Jeff, where were you going on your... what's your job? Why were you out and about in the van?
I'm a courier, so I travel the whole of the country, but mainly in the southwest.
Right, okay. And so...
On Tuesday, I was in Weston-super-Mare doing a collection to go to Llanelli in Wales.
Okay, right. So where did you end up going? Where were your stops taking you on that day?
Well, on the Tuesday, I left Teignmouth in Devon, where I live. Then I went to Weston-super-Mare, went to Llanelli, back to Swansea, back to Teignmouth.
Oof, it's a big old drive, that.
Yeah, there's quite a few miles.
Quite a few miles. Not 8,000,
No.
but still several hundred.
Yes.
So you've got to stop. Why were you stopping?
So I went back home. So that was Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, I went to Exeter, reloaded, and did about 7 deliveries all over the southwest, ending up in Chippenham.
Okay.
Then Wednesday night got home.
Yeah.
Thursday morning, did the same thing, went to Exeter, did about 4 or 5 drops and ended up in Devizes.
Crikey, back to Wiltshire again. So you're all over the place here, Jeff. You're covering huge ground.
Covering some miles on the southwest. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Yeah, usually sort of 300 or 400 a day.
Wow.
So on the way home, it was about 3:30ish. I was coming down the 303, and the sun was right in my eyes.
Oh.
Because of the salt they put on the roads, I couldn't sort of see properly. And I'd run out. I got a little message on my van saying I'd run out of screen wash. So I thought, I'll stop in the garage and get some screen wash, which I did. Went and got the screen wash, came back to my van, popped the bonnet, and looking straight at me was this beautiful Siamese cat.
What is...
Just sat there looking at me.
You must have been wondering what the heck was going on.
Well, yeah, it was pretty surreal, because first of all I thought, why have I got a cat? Where's that come from?
Was she quite welcoming to you fishing her out?
Yeah, she was sort of looking at me, and I was more concerned that she'd be frightened and jump out of the van onto the road. So I reached in to get her, and she was fine. So I just picked her up, put her in the front of my van, shut the door, walked back to the garage and said to the young lady in the garage, have you lost a cat, or is there a cat around here? And she said, no, because it was sort of like quite remote, the garage. Yeah, so then I was a bit of a quandary what to do.
Look, we need to get to the news headlines, but we need to know how there was a reunion here.
Okay. Well, I got home, and so I rang my daughter. She said to me, ring a vet, they will scan her and find out where she's come from. So I was 40 minutes from home. So I drove home, went to the vets, told them the story. They scanned her, said she was from Weston. And I said, oh, that's a bit strange. I was there on Tuesday. And this was Thursday evening. So the vet rang Jasmine's owner. And they were, I presume they came and collected her. And then Jasmine's owner rang me up on Friday just to thank me for what I did.
I mean, Laura, what a relief this must have been for you. I mean, and so she'd been in basically in the engine space of Jeff's van for 3 days, effectively. How was she when you were finally reunited?
She was really pleased to see us. She normally would hide in her cat carrier, but she was up against the front, rubbing her head. She was just like, just tell she was so relieved to see us, and we were so relieved to see her. It was a bit of an emotional reunion.
She must have been starving.
Do you know what? She didn't look as skinny as I thought she was going to look. But but as soon as she came home, she ate like an entire pouch of cat food and some a massive dried food. So she's definitely like making up for the diet.
Have you two spoken before, Jeff and Laura, other than the reunion of the cat? Well, I suppose you didn't even speak then, did you? Have you actually met, or it's just kind of?
No.
No.
Just spoke on the phone.
Do you want to speak to each other briefly?
Hi, Laura.
Hello, hi. Yeah, once again, Jeff, I can't thank you enough for doing the right thing and taking her to the vets and just looking after her for me.
That's no problem. I'm glad it all ended well.
Well, there you go. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. What a lovely story in a weird kind of way, but thank you. Glad everything's okay. Laura, take care. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
And thank you to Jasmine as well, who's actually been trying to escape from Laura's lap throughout the entirety of this interview, but has stayed put. And she's a radio star as well.
Good stuff. Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, guys. That was Laura Teal, Jasmine's owner, and Jeff Bora. Got to say, I'm a big Jeff Bora fan.
He's did the right thing.
He did very well.
And he knows that when the sun is low and you're driving on the A303, you've got to stop for screen wash.
Yeah. When you got the salt on the road. Oh, come on, that's a bad combination of events, isn't it? Excellent. Right, it is 7:32 and it's time we got the news on 5 Live.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.